The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to talk about Illinois child relocation law. We're going to talk about when court approval is required for one parent to move with a child in state or out of state, and then the factors that courts consider when deciding whether to grant that approval if it's required. So whether court approval is required depends a lot on the distance of the move and what county the child lives in, where their primary residence is. So if the child's primary residence is in one of the collar counties of Chicago, Cook, DuPage, Kane, Lake, McHenry, or Will County, court approval is not required for a move of 25 miles or less, regardless of whether that move is in state or out of state. If it's 25 miles or more, court approval will be required, regardless, again, of whether that move is in state or out of state. If you live in a county that I didn't just mention, one that's not one of those collar counties of Chicago, court approval is not required for a move of 50 miles or less. So there's an understanding that it's a rural area and you can move a farther distance without court approval. However, even in those counties that are not collar counties, if you're moving more than 25 miles and out of state, court approval will be required. So that's always required. And then the distance that you can move in state with the child it depends on whether you live in one of the collar counties or whether you live outside of those. And it's a greater distance, 50 miles as opposed to 25, that you don't need court approval for if you live outside of the collar counties. A court approval will also not be required even if you don't meet those distance requirements, if the other parent signs the relocation notice that we're going to discuss in just a minute. So if the move doesn't meet this distance criteria that we talked about, if it's more than 25 miles in the collar counties, more than 50 miles in the non-collar counties, then you have to provide a notice to the other parent if you want to relocate with your child, and there's certain information about the expected time, that the duration of the relocation, where the address will be. The notice has to be filed with the clerk of court, and if it's signed by the other parent and they consent to the move, then that's all you have to do. You don't have to go seek court approval. If you don't meet the distance criteria and the other parent refuses to sign the notice, then what you have to do is file a petition with the court seeking permission to relocate with the child. You'll have to give the other parent notice of the date and time and location of a hearing that will be held in which the court will determine whether the court will allow you to relocate with the child. Now let's talk about some factors that the courts consider at this hearing when deciding whether to allow you to relocate with the child. Ultimately, the court is trying to decide whether the move is in the best interest of the child. That's the standard that the court uses. And there's several factors that the Illinois Marriage and Dissolution of Marriage Act directs the court to consider in determining what is in the best interest of the child. So we're going to rattle these off, I apologize for reading from a list. I can only memorize about 7 things at one time. So one of these is the reasons for the move. Another is that the other reasons that the other parent objects to the move. The history and quality of each parent's relationship with the child, and specifically whether one parent failed to take advantage of their parenting time and responsibilities that they were allocated in the custody order. Differences in educational opportunities between the two locations, the presence of extended family in one or the other location, the anticipated impact of the relocation on the child, whether the court will be able to reasonably allocate parental responsibilities and time if the relocation occurs, the wishes of the child, and this is weighed more heavily the older the child is, the impairment of any parental relationship with the child based on the relocation. So if it's to a place where the other parent is not going to be able to really have a relationship, that is a factor. And then any other factors that the court finds relevant to the child's best interest. So the court will look on a case-by-case basis at all of those circumstances and determine whether the move is in the best interest of the child or not. And if it's not in the best interest of the child, the court won't allow the move. Something to consider is that if the other parent, the parent that wants to move with the child, did not provide proper notice of relocation before filing the petition, as we discussed earlier, then that's a factor that the court will consider in determining whether the move is in good faith. And if you don't provide proper notice of relocation, the court may deny the move and may charge the parent who seeks to relocate with attorney's fees and court costs that derive from the failure to provide that notice. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you need some help, give us a call at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have offices all around Chicagoland for your convenience. Finally, if you found this helpful, please subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud, and you'll be notified of our daily article and video posts. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.